Yes.
I
So like you say.
really have a devotion to
Do you
All
go
right.
to
Catherine
the
Laboureux.
Monday Immaculate Heart of Mary devotion at St. Louis and right
I
before the
go,
noon mass?
no, I don't. I go to the Legion of Mary. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
the story behind the miraculous medal is that our Mother Mary appeared to St. Catherine Laboureux in Paris, France in the year, I think it's 1830. St. Catherine was in an order of sisters, and she went to the chapel, and Mother Mary appeared to her and told her to have these medals struck, which she's giving her graces to people. Her hands are out like this, and it says, "O Mary, conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse to thee." And St. Catherine had them struck, gave them out to all the people in Paris. Lots of people received miracles from wearing these. And I have some that are blessed. If you want one, I have some in my purse here. And you can put them on a chain, or you can put them in your pocket. And you can expect some miracles if you pray to Mother Mary, because she has direct intercession to her son Jesus.
And then, do you want to talk a little bit about what Fatima is?
Fatima?
Actually, can she tell the
Fatima?
story one more time?
You missed it? I got it.
Facebook isn't.
You can get it from Robert.
But-
But Fatima, the Spain during World War I.
Okay, it's called the Our Lady of Fatima, is how I say it.
Yeah,
And it's in Portugal. And
Okay.
it's a little town in Portugal where our Blessed Mother in 1917 appeared to three little shepherd children. Lucia, who was 10, and St. Francisca, who was 9, and his sister Jacinta, who was only 7. And our Blessed Mother appeared to them and told them, pray the rosary. And so they gave the message to their families and to everyone, and it spread far and wide. And she appeared to them for 6 apparitions, the 13th of every month. The first one was on May 13th, 1917. That's where Lucia asked her, will we go to heaven? And Blessed Mother says, yes, we'll go to heaven. So they had that consolation throughout their 6 months, that they knew they were going to heaven eventually. And so then she appeared on June 13th, on July 13th. She was supposed to appear on August 13th by the local sheriff. He took them into custody because he wanted them to tell the authorities what the secrets were of the apparition of July. And there were 3 secrets that Mother Mary gave the 3 children. And the children would not tell the secrets. And so the authorities threatened to boil them in oil. These little children, he threw them into prison or into the jail with all these other convicts. And they would not give up the secrets. They said, we don't care if we die. We're going to heaven. Anyway, so he let them out finally. Then she appeared on September 13th. And then the final apparition was on October 13th, where she had promised a miracle, because there were many, many people coming to the apparitions. They couldn't see the Blessed Mother. Only the 3 children. Our mother only appears to innocent and humble, meek people in general. So when she appeared on October 13th, and that's why we're here today, is because this is the closest Saturday to October 13th.
And there were thousands who were gathered
And
because they knew of that going to happen on
Everyone was told there was going to be a miracle.
That's right.
On October 13th, and so there were 70,000 people in 1917.
Believers and unbelievers.
Right, and they came to Fatima, which is out in the country. It's a hilly, it was a grazing land for the sheep.
It was a very rainy day that day.
It was raining, everybody was soaked to the bone, and
They wanted to know what was going to happen, and they said, "Well, what sun?" They saw clouds. They didn't see sun.
yeah,
But then
they didn't know it was a miracle of the sun. They just knew there was going to be some
Something
miracle,
was gonna happen.
and the Blessed Mother was going to appear, or somebody was going to do something. And so they were all praying the rosary. Our Blessed Mother appeared to the three children. But finally, the clouds parted like a curtain being drawn back. The sun dried everyone up. Their clothes became dry. The ground became dry instantly. And then the sun started spinning and rotating like it was coming towards Earth.
And
there
people who did not believe were terrified because they didn't understand what was happening. And so there were many people who were yelling and just absolutely terrified. And there were people who witnessed this. The people who did believe and had faith in the kids were not afraid because they knew that God was in charge of what was happening. A lot of the believers stayed close to the people, or to the little ones who were actually seeing Mary, and their faith was steadfast, but they all wanted to be close to them because they wanted to be close to those who knew that Mary was being seen and conveying that message.
So the sun was spinning. There were colors: yellow, green, purple, being emanated from the sun, and the people who were at this apparition turned those colors. You would look and your neighbor was yellow or green or purple, and it looked like the sun was diving to the earth, and that's when people just knelt down and started confessing their sins, repenting of their sins, and it was just miraculous. And then the sun stopped and didn't keep coming and continued. The sun was also not as bright as it normally is. It was dimmer.
And people's eyes were not damaged by looking at the sun.
So they could look at
Normally you wouldn't have damaged eyesight if you looked directly at the sun, but it did not happen on that occasion.
It was dim at that point. And at the same time that this was all happening, the three little children weren't even aware of it because they were witnessing the apparition of Blessed Mother, and there was Saint Joseph holding the child Jesus, blessing the world, and then Jesus came in adult apparition and was also blessing the world, and our Mother Mary was clothed as the Our Lady of Sorrows and as Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and she told the children that day, pray the rosary every day. The war will end. This was 1917. The war will end soon. All the soldiers will return to their homes. And do not offend the Lord our God anymore, because he is so greatly offended already. And so we just pray the rosary. Our Mother Mary gave us the solution to how we cannot sin anymore. If everyone in the world prays the rosary, we will have abundant graces given out to mankind, poured out to mankind from our Blessed Mother, and we will not sin anymore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Those stories are all recorded, and there's so much more to them. If you read those stories, you can find out so much more. And I just gave a little synopsis of it.
Yeah, the one thing I always wondered about is the three children that saw the apparition. The boy, it said, could not hear the words of Mary. The two girls could. So they had to repeat her words to him.
Yes.
So that was kind of an interesting.
The reason for that St. Francisco couldn't hear the Blessed Mother is because when he was playing around, he was supposed to be praying his rosary just as a little kid, 8 or 9 years old. But he would, as a little boy would, make it really fast. He'd just say, instead of the whole Our Father, he'd just say, Our Father. And then go, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. And so our Blessed Mother denied him the joy of hearing her voice and told Lucia, Francisco will have to pray many rosaries. So she wanted him to know that she heard him and that he could make up for it by praying many, many rosaries.
That I didn't know that explanation. I just knew that they had to.
And Lucia, of the different seers, Lucia was the one who lived the longest.
Yes.
And so that's why she consulted with many popes. The other children died earlier than that.
In the Spanish flu in 1919 and 1920, so they were only about 10 years old.
Yeah,
But
they
were
were
going
truly-
to heaven.
Yeah, they were truly small and simple souls, but
They were very-
yeah, they did as their mother indicated.
There,
And
oh, I'm sorry. There was
Yeah.
also the story of they used to during World War I. They used to in the town square they would announce the soldiers that had died in action and the soldiers that were missing in action. And I remember there was a woman whose son had gone missing, and she went to the children and asked them to ask Mary about it. And Mary did tell them that he will return. And he was missing for a long, long time, but he did return.
yeah,
There
so
were a
she
lot of
knew
miracles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story behind what happened there. Yeah.
Well,
So she watches over all of us.
she does. She does. So thanks for coming. I hope that you will come next year when we do this again. Okay? You'll be here. I'll be here. Okay? Thank you for helping
God
me.
willing, we'll all be here.
Well, unless the Lord returns.
Unless
Yay.
we get to
Thank
go
you
to
much.
heaven.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Cammie would like one of your medals at a minimum.
Okay.
I think I'd be agreeable to having one
I've
too.
got many that are blessed from the miraculous medal shrine down in Missouri.
Oh, from Missouri. What city in Missouri?
Oh, I'll have to see. I haven't been there.
I think Diana'd like one too, right?
I have the miraculous medal.
Oh, okay.
This is the miraculous medal. I had one around my neck when my dad died in January, actually January 7th. I drove to
Yeah.
Kentucky, took 2 days to get there.
Yep.
And they wouldn't let us into the hospital. Finally, they said one person could come, and he died 20 minutes before
All
I
right.
could
Thank
see
you.
him. And
Is that
he didn't
because
have
it's
Perryville, Missouri.
Well,
Perryville, Missouri.
yeah,
Yes.
because of COVID, they were restricting
I see,
access.
sure.
So they didn't put his scapular
Thank
on.
you.
So I came in and I had the miraculous medal around my neck on a ribbon. It was a big one that I had received in the mail after my mother died. The envelope said, "Your mother wants you to have it."
Cammie?
At Mary's
Cammie,
picture.
yes.
See?
So anyway,
Okay,
I
yeah.
put it on
Okay,
that
okay. You want
neck,
another one?
And then when I went
You
back
wanna
She got a
give one to
daughter.
my
someone?
sisters
Okay.
found this
Yes.
in my mom's things.
I have a
So-
That's what we do in the
but
Legion of Mary. We
I
give
love the
medals and we give
miraculous
Daughter and
rosaries.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
She did too, yeah.
Actually, 3 because
Yes,
boyfriend.
yes, you need miracles for everyone,
And I
and
know
just
that
pray that for our Infant Mary, conceived without sin. Pray for us who have recourse.
Or you want to get 2 more for your other 2 kids?
I got boys.
Picture of Divine Mercy.
They
She's
want
got
them
2
too.
more, yeah.
Specific
She's
about
got,
be there, not there.
2 more
All
boys.
right,
Yeah.
now put them on some string or rope or
Yeah.
Okay.
chain.
Yeah, record
All right.
Wear 'em as much as possible.
And they do.
Not in the shower so
If
much.
you're in
but-
this area on Mondays, right before noon, I think it's probably 11:45 noon, because there's a mass right after noon, that they do the miraculous medal novena. So come
Okay,
down
this is
and-
the
And that's
Legion of
at
Mary, and
St.
there's my
Louis King
number.
of
So
France.
give me a
Exactly,
call.
which is you can walk from
You
here.
can walk
I mean,
from
it's
here.
not that far.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
know where
it's a
St.
lov-
Mark's
it's a lovely
Church is,
church.
we're,
Yeah.
we're there
It
every
really
Thursday
is.
evening
Yeah,
around
it's
5.
beautiful. It's
In
really-
Minneapolis?
it is.
And the
St. Mark's and St. Paul.
Okay, okay.
It's close to Minneapolis.
Okay.
It's right off of Marshall Avenue,
okay,
Lake
yeah.
Street.
You know,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
they got the
Like
6:30
right on the other
mass.
side
That's
of
when the police
Minneapolis.
department, the fire
Okay,
department.
gotcha.
By St. Thomas College. You know
Yeah,
where
that's
St.
right.
Thomas College is over
I
there.
can find it. Oh,
All
yeah.
the police.
What are your hours for that?
Be there before
5:15
Yeah,
or
yeah.
5
It's
o'clock.
totally appropriate to
depending.
have it
At
Every-
St. Mark's
in the
Church
middle
every
of it.
Thursday.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
like St.
a
Olaf
Legion of
in
Mary
Minneapolis.
meeting.
Okay.
It's
And now it's
One of
hard to
our
find
members and
parking.
our other member was
Okay,
Jean
yeah,
Peggy's
yeah.
You
here,
might have to go
so
on
Okay.
Minnesota. We're very
That's
devoted
true,
to our
too.
Blessed Mother,
Yeah,
and
you want
it's
public
a lot
we
of
want to
small-
bring Jesus to.
Yeah.
Every
I
Thursday.
know.
Every Thursday, yeah.
It is small.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, yeah, the property is very limited. But it's lovely.
Can't
lovely.
park on the street
All right.
now.
Okay, so you're doing such a good job with your video taking.
We try.
We're trying
Put
to.
that on YouTube or
It's
something.
Facebook Live right now.
Accessibility, depending on how you do it.
And Diane will give it to you.
Yeah, the light rail is
Ask
not
for the
far from
story
there,
of
too.
Discus so I can have it in mind.